We're told in school that the American Revolution was fought for freedom, and that was true for a lot of the population, but that wasn't equally distributed, and there might have been some darker reasons for it. While the people at ground level were fighting perceived tyranny, the people at the top of the colonial pyramid, the financial backers of the revolution, were fighting to preserve a system of slavery, one that was already being questioned by the rest of Western civilization, including the British Empire itself. So by the 1770s, Britain had already outlawed slavery on its own land, and courts were ruling that human beings couldn't be property. Abolitionist movements were rising throughout the land, in London and Liverpool, and these same colonial elites, men who built their fortunes on enslaved labor and the transatlantic trade of human beings, saw the writing on the wall. For these powerful men, independence meant something very specific, and that was the freedom to keep capturing and owning other human beings without interference from the crown. The same Congress that spoke of liberty ensured that the new Constitution protected slavery, guaranteed the return of fugitive slaves based on appearance alone, and counted black bodies as 3/5 of a person. And even after slavery ended at the Civil War, the chains only changed shape into sharecropping, convict leasing, and segregation, and Jim Crow laws that made existing while black a crime, basically, while capitalizing on the fact that the 14th Amendment made slavery illegal except as punishment for a crime. Crimes like loitering or walking on the railroad tracks. That's to say nothing of the treatment of natives, which was genocide by policy. Land stolen, children taken, sent to boarding schools where the mission was, in their own words, kill the Indian, save the man. And that went on well into the 1950s. And now, as this presidential regime unilaterally shutters the Civil Rights Division of the government, fires its staff, and halts the legal enforcement of equality, that seems to be an aberration or a break from who we are somehow. But it's actually America coming back to those particular roots, the aspect of the country that was founded on inequality, while being wrapped in the language of freedom and moral virtue. So when Trump talks about making America great again, it's the old order, it's the antebellum South, where obedience was demanded and hierarchy was encoded in law. And you can see that in the treatment of migrants and the revival of indefinite detention and the worship of a prosperity gospel angry God, of wealth and punishment, not love and mercy. But it's a good thing he was never very good at history, because the real story of America has never been about the powerful. It's the story of the people, generation after generation, pushing back against their government, forcing the country to live up to its promise, bit by painful bit.